Hi guys, it's time for an unboxing of the Anna Griffin Window Box Card Making Kit with cutting dies. What that means is what I make today, I'll be able to make even long after the contents of the box is done. Now, are you familiar with Anna Griffin and her beautiful yellow boxes? Now, I like the kits. Although I like making my own cards, I also like the kits for times like this when I am behind. And I am so far behind. So let's get going, okay? Well, I wanted to save it just for you. And let's see, I know exactly what's in it. And that is everything I need to make these special cards. You see that? It's a box. When opened, the flower arrangement pops out. So let's get all this stuff out. We don't need to go through it other than to say, if you see the size of the envelope, looks like about a 6 by 6 or 6.5 by 6.5, because what we're going to make is quite large, but it's okay. This is what is the main part of this kit, and that is the box. And then it comes along with the die, and this die you'll run through the die machine to get this. This is again for when we run out, or if I have a special paper that I want to do it with. So let's get started, shall we? First, we're going to play Sentiment Shuffle. These are really just sentiment cards, and they go on the front flap of the actual box card. And you'll get that, it'll make more sense later. But it has things like, of course, thank you, happy birthday, birthday wishes, sending well wishes, and sometimes they're vague, so they're non-specific. And then we have our gold flourishes. Those have things like birthday balloons, butterflies, those kinds of things. And then we have our spring colored matte flourishes. Now this and the gold foiled flourishes, those do not, we don't have dies for those. So once those are gone, we'll have to find something else. But that's okay. The square things, they go on the flaps as well, and we can remake those. These are what go in the center, and these are what go inside, again, as one of the sentiments. Again, these are things that just celebrate the main idea of the box card, which we're going to choose some specific to what we're doing today. We're going to do 3 box cards.
Or 3 different types. We're going to do a thank you, a birthday, and a get well. And not in that order, but anyway. Oh, here we have the embellishments. Now those are butterflies, different colored butterflies, a whole butterfly, half butterfly, as well as the birds. There they are. And of course, the main event, which is our flowers. So you can see why I was drawn to this, right? See the color, see the flowers. It's just exciting when the recipient gets it. Here we have our bone folder, and we're going to burnish the edges as well as the flap. That's where we're going to tape everything together. I'm going to run the tape runner on that. And then what you do is you kind of fold it in half and put the other half on top. There you go. And then we'll burnish the flaps. Now these are the flaps that I was talking about that we put those little squares on. And as you'll see, it becomes the box when we open it. See, that's the surprise. We're going to put flowers in our box, but before we do, we're going to embellish it a little bit, make it a little prettier. We're going to take those squares, as you see right there, and we're going to put them on the 2 side flaps, one on the left and one on the right, and then we'll put our sentiment on there. Now, you can choose to put all 3, which I do on one of them, or none. It's all up to you. There's no rules in this. The only rule is to have fun and to make sure that you kind of think about your recipient and what they'd like to see as far as flowers go, or even the embellishments, whether they like birds or butterflies. So for this one, I'm going to put a little flourish on before I put the sentiment, just to add a little interest and give it a little pizzazz. So this one is sending hugs and kisses, and this one is obviously going to be to someone very special to me. Here we have our green flaps. Now they go on the inside, and we'll be attaching our flowers and other embellishments to that. This is kind of a device that I decided to use my own technique on. I fold it and then I bend it to make sure that it's going to be where it's supposed to be. So put it in there and then go ahead and close the box in on it while you have time, while the glue is still wet and you can move it around. See how that does that? You have kind of a ladder where you're going to put your flowers. And we're going to start with the tallest flowers in the back. Here I'm putting a little bit of a flourish, a little embellishment before we start with the flowers. I already have some foam tape on the flower to have it stand up a little bit away from the backing. And I thought we'd just change it up. I know the recipient loves purple, so I put purple as the main color, but also I'm going to put in a opposite color to kind of make a contrast, and so that the purple flower doesn't get lost, which is very easy to do. If we don't, if you want to do tone on tone, you can do tone on tone, but for the most part with this, you want to contrast so that other flowers in the background don't get lost. Again, we're going to go from the tallest to the smallest and somewhere in between with the other things as well. But that's the main concept of this, and we're just going to do it 3 times with 3 different sentiments. And you see what I mean with this, I call this a banner, and it just kind of emphasizes what it's all about. Time to celebrate, so that's definitely for a birthday. Here's our second card, and I've actually gotten ahead and gotten to the same point that we were with the first card. So you can see, and not to bore you too much with the making of it, this one is a get well card. It's a very special card to a very special person who's going through a little bit of a hard time right now. And I know that she's going to love it, but that's what this type of card is all about. Just to give that special feel to someone and let them know that you're thinking about them. And a handmade card, not homemade, but handmade card, says that to the recipient. And this one is special because you'll see it folds flat. And when it folds flat, the recipient has to open it. And when they open it, they have a surprise of flowers. Again, now I did kind of a tone on tone with the blue Morning Glory, and I thought I'd better give it a little bit of a contrast here by putting that yellow marigold on top of it. But the main concept here is peace and serenity, and to let this person know that I send many blessings with my very small attempt to make her feel better. Here we have our pink hydrangeas, and it is a larger flower, so I thought, oh, I have to get it in there, but it's going to take up a lot of my space. But you know, sometimes you just got to break the rules to get done what you want to get done, and I wanted it to be as full as possible. That's the main idea, is to get everything as full as possible and as beautiful as possible. But that's it. We're going to make another one after this, and it will be the thank you card. Now, the thank you card is going to be going to someone very special, and I'm going to let you listen to a little bit of music as we finish that off, and then I'll be back, okay? Enjoy. Oh, before I go, never be afraid. You see, I'm cutting the flower. Never be afraid to make a little modification. Just because it comes to you in a certain way doesn't mean you have to have it stay that way. modify it to your needs. See how full that is? That will definitely bring a smile to someone's face. Okay, enjoy the rest. You'll have you'll finish this one, and then you'll see the thank you card, and I'll come and see you again. Hold on. Okay guys, I'm back. And as you see, our thank you card is really getting full. I decided that I would cut the yellow and pink rose so that I could change it up, so it wouldn't look the same. So she would know that that's what I did. So again, here we have our sentiment. I didn't have that on the other two. And it's just basically a peel off and as a sticker. And you write your sentiment there. Usually you write it though before you put the sticker on. But anyway, there it is. All the flowers you can think of. And yes, it does fit in that large card. I wanted you to look at them before we closed. I put a Julie Nutting paper doll right there on the birthday card. That's for a special little girl, and I thought I'd put an extra special embellishment on it just for her. And then I added flowers onto the flap. Again, remember, no rules, just have fun. And as I said, purple was her favorite color, so we went ahead and went all the way. Here we have our thank you card with a few extra roses. Again, I know this person loves roses, so what do? I put a few extra roses with that butterfly. And here is our our get well card. Again, filled to the brim with flowers. So when she opens it, she'll always have it. And I think that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it inspires you to go out and maybe make a card for someone you know, someone who might need a thank you or might need a little extra blessing. Have a great day. Bye now.